Mic check, mic check. Sorry about that. Before we start, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Crux.La. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Crux. And to my right, we have the co-founder and CEO of Crux. We started this company around this time last year. And since then, it's been a very, very sweet journey. But before we get into the product, I want you guys to meet someone. Everyone meet Kiani. Kiani is a student at UCLA, and she's part of 3 different groups on campus. She's part of a Delta Gamma sorority group. She's also part of a Hawaiian dance club, and she's part of a group chat for her biochem project as well. For her Delta Gamma group, she uses GroupMe. And with GroupMe, she's extremely frustrated with the fact that she only has one space to talk about the million different things. Within that group chat, she gets lost in the flow of conversation, and she's extremely frustrated. For her second group, she uses Facebook. And with Facebook, she's even more frustrated because she doesn't check Facebook that frequently. And she sometimes misses important messages from her group leader. And her third group, she's part of the group chat for her biochem class. And the downside of that is that every member in her group chat has an iPhone. Unfortunately, she does have a device on an Android, and the messages to the iPhone and Android become very fragmented. So in the end, she uses 3 different group apps, and she's extremely mad that she has to use 3 different apps to talk to 3 different groups on campus. And tell her sister in Delta Gamma told her about a new group app called Crux, which leads into what is Crux? Well, Crux is a free group messaging app that allows you to structure and organize your group conversations by separating the group's main topics. You can also customize, you can also personalize your group's main topics so that your group communications become more streamlined and more efficient. To talk about the main features in Crux, I'll pass it on to JC.
Alright, so he didn't introduce me by name, but my name is Juan Carlos. You can all call me JC. So this is Crux. So Crux is essentially, it's a group messaging product that actually enables you to have separate threads of conversations within each different group. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So this is your homepage on Crux, and each of these is actually called a stack. And a stack is essentially a collection of people and different conversations that relate specifically to that group. Each stack can actually be customized with, of course, the name of the stack or the group. You can add photos that represent the stack, and that will show up on this main screen. And you can set specific privacy settings for each stack. So the privacy settings that we have right now is the ability to limit the people that can create new topics within the stack, and to limit the ability to invite more people into the stack itself. We did this because groups operate in different ways, and we didn't really want a one-fits-all solution. We wanted for customizable options, and we thought that these 2 options were really good to start with. Once you get into actual stack, you'll see the inbox. So if you look at it, it kind of reminds people of what an email inbox looks like. So you're essentially taking an email inbox approach and applying it to a group chat. So the Delta Gamma stack right here actually has their main topics for their group separated into different threads. Essentially what the group did is, when they first set up the stack, they really had a heart-to-heart trying to figure out what do we talk about on a regular basis that we want our group members to be able to know on a consistent basis. So they added some threads for fundraising, new recruits, and great week plan. So on the screen, you can actually check the unread activity for each thread, and you're actually able to mute individual stack notifications, and we're actually moving towards the individual thread notifications, because sometimes if I'm part of a group chat, I might not relate to every single topic within that group chat. So we realize that it's really important to actually have the muting of notifications per topic. So once you actually click on or tap on one of the topics, it takes you to what you've pretty much seen all your life. It's a typical chat screen with a couple of differences. So in this case, we're allowing each thread to be customized with an individual color. Because color helps differentiate the importance of things, and sometimes it's just fun to add colors to things. Each member is able to to add new comments, just like you would on any other messaging product. You can add photos, links, yeah. What's really interesting with our product as well is that if you think about how our stacks are set up, you have multiple threads, right? So what we've done is you can actually swipe from left to right, and you're moving between the topics. So instead of having to go back to your list of topics, you can actually just literally swipe left and right, and you're being moved from one topic to the other. So it makes it really fast and efficient to be able to get the information that you want at the right time. And of course, you can do all the regular account management things like deleting topics, adding new topics if you're allowed to, and yeah. So, yeah, these things.
So going back to Kayan, she quickly realized the fact that, hey, I can use this with my roommates as well. So what did she do? She created a stack. She added a name. She added a photo as well. She then added her friends. She added the topics that were most important to her group. And then she's all set. And no more than 3 steps, she's able to use Crux for her group messaging for her roommates as well. And in addition, we are launching on the App Store and on the Play Store first week of next month actually. 30 days after that, we will be coming up with a web app on Safari and on Chrome as well.
So just to wrap it up, just to give a little bit of background info on us, essentially we started this process about a year ago. And interestingly enough, the first time that we ever ventured into thinking about creating a product, which is now Crux, we met here at Cross Campus. So it's kind of interesting how now almost a year later now, we're back and we're on this side of the stage. So it's really cool that dynamic happened. We were very lucky early on to be able to work with a lot of university partners in figuring out, is this a big enough problem to solve? And we partnered with a lot of sororities, fraternities, sports teams, college sports teams, and college campus clubs. And across the board, this problem does exist, in particular for students. But once we built the product about 6 months ago, and we were able to get funding for it, we realized this product actually has a lot of uses in everyday life. So we've actually identified that even though our target demographic at first in our growth strategy will base around college students, it actually works almost on a multitude of use cases. So anything from local communities that have local clubs to interest-based clubs that might not be physically in the same location but scattered across the world. Small businesses, we've done some use cases with small businesses that use it for employee-to-employer communication. And of course, a lot of sports teams, so a lot of Cub Scouts and local soccer clubs have used it as well in their use cases. So that kind of wraps it up. That's Crux. We're very excited to be here and to finally, after 1 year of venturing out into building something here in LA, to be able to finally offer it to everybody. And we'll be excited to take any questions, any comments. You guys please download the app when it's available. And we're always there to listen to your feedback.